All right. Hello, everybody. Now, what we're going to start off with today is talking about why go see the Amish in the winter. Okay, now the winter time is perfect. It is perfect for those conversations. That's right. There's really nothing that's going to grow much. So, as far as produce is going, you're probably not going to see a lot. So, let's face it. That's kind of everything is dead and dying. However, canned goods, with the jars and all that sort of thing, you can find just about everywhere, all that sort of thing. If you're going to have a long conversation about how they do seed storage or how they dig their basement and stuff to put their canned and jarred foods in, all that sort of thing, or just some general knowledge about the Amish people, typically they don't have a lot of stuff to do in the winter time, so they have a little bit more time to let you in on it. Don't try to go in the middle of the summer and go, let's have a long conversation, because they'll be like, great, come back in about 6 months, because they're going to be out of there. But in the wintertime, all they can do is really read, do some little sharpening. A lot of them will take up woodworking and leatherworking during the winter to kind of give them something to do, all that sort of thing. So they're going to be doing other things, and they don't mind talking while they're working, all that sort of stuff. If it's somebody that, or if you're the kind of person that can sort of look up and down and say, you look like an interesting, honest guy or girl, sure, we'll have that kind of discussion. So that's when you'll find the best way to talk to them in that regard. Now, as far as what you can buy from them, like I said, first of the woodworking and leatherworking is going to be coming out. So if you want something like a really interesting purse or saddle or something like that, where they're going to be inside, indoors, that's probably the best time, because then they can get every little detail that you want down to the nth degree. At the same time, if they don't think they could do it, but they know somebody who can, they can tell you about another Amish guy or girl or something like that that can make this for you, and you can go around pretty easy, all that sort of thing. In our course called the Complete Guide to Visiting the Amish of Etheridge, I have a whole section on what to wear. They typically like you to see, or like to see you in more natural fibers, all that sort of thing. I go through this to the nth degree on how to talk to the Amish at the wintertime. I'll put that link to the course, or at least to the sales page, to see if it is for you, all that sort of thing. So let's get back to what I was saying earlier, that the Amish are really good about conversations in the winter time. Also, you'll see a lot of ladies doing quilting. You're going to see them preparing things for a lot of Amish weddings, all that sort of thing. They're usually in the fall, but sometimes they'll be early winter, sometime before Christmas. But I think it technically starts, like Thanksgiving, somewhere in there. Sometimes you'll see a wedding or something like that. They're really big about reading, about patching clothes, all that sort of thing is what they're going to do up until, January, February, where it's going to start seed starting time. And that's where they're going to get their seeds, and they're going to start making the transplants, setting stuff out in the greenhouse, all that sort of thing. So whenever that part's done, it takes a while for them to start sprouting, all that stuff. They have nothing but time, and they don't mind listening to you. There's been several occasions where they're like, Mike, all right, no need sitting around outside. Come on in. And you can go in and see they have like hardwood floors and the old stove, and obviously a lack of television and all that kind of stuff. So it's interesting to see them if they really think that what you're trying to get from them is sincere, and you came pursuing them in this longer conversation. So they're usually pretty good. Now, if there's not one that doesn't want to have anything to do with you, go to the next one. If you see enough Amish people, like here in Etheridge, there's over 330 Amish homes and about 2,600 and something Amish people. So you're probably going to find somebody that don't mind, especially in a dotty house. This is where the people that are over about 50 something start retiring whenever their kids are old enough to have their own kids. Grandpa and grandma don't have to work as much, so they don't need the huge house with, 4 or 5 bedrooms upstairs. So they'll take usually a smaller thing that is kind of more a one-room situation where they can kind of do everything in one room. They're really big about seeing the children that are smaller while everybody else is working. They're really good about sharing their knowledge about crafts to the area kids because they're going to do their apprenticeship program. If you don't know what any of this means, like I mentioned, we have a course where I explain all of this. In that apprenticeship period is where they're going to want to learn from somebody who's been doing it their entire life, and usually an older person has the patience. So if they're not busy doing this, they're probably okay to talk to for a lengthy point of time. And for the ladies, the same way. A lot of people are like, well, what can the lady offer me that I wouldn't know otherwise? There's probably quite a bit of stuff. A lot of life advice those ladies know. So that's why you would come to see the Amish in Etheridge during the winter. Anyway, this has been Mike with the Amish of Etheridge, and I'll hopefully see you in another video just like this one.